This is me.
Just kidding, this is me. Hello, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel, Always Popular, where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's jump into this week's episode. Just this past week, Miley Cyrus was awarded the Disney Legend Award at the D23 Expo. She has made history as being the youngest person to achieve this high honor. For anyone who wants to know, the D23 event is for any Disney fan who is a part of the official Disney fan club. The D23 Expo is also known as the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. The origin of the D23 comes from Walt Disney, who founded the company in 1923, and the D is referred to as, of course, Disney. Since the 80s, the Disney Legends is a Hall of Fame award for those who have made a significant impact on Disney legacy. This year, there has been debates around Miley being the youngest person to achieve this award. Many other people my age, millennials and Gen Z, are talking and debating online. Many people believe it was too soon and early for Miley to be getting an award like this. Many others believe some other early Disney Channel queens like Raven and Hilary Duff should have gotten this award first. So for today's episode, who from Disney Channel should be awarded the next Disney Legend? First of all, Disney can award anyone in contribution to Disney as a whole, from music, animation, film, voiceovers, and anything you can imagine. So maybe I might be throwing in some people who are outside of the typical Disney Channel stars. Also, I will only be mentioning Disney stars from the 2000s to the 2010s based off of who I grew up with. So I will start with the first person who comes to mind. Without hesitation, I thought of Raven and Hilary Duff as the original Disney queens. Without a doubt, Raven deserves to be called a Disney legend for several reasons. She was the first African-American person to have her own and star in her own TV show, That's So Raven. That show ran for 100 episodes, which became special because it was the first show to reach 100 episodes for broadcast syndication and exceeded 3 seasons. Even at one time, it was called the most successful series at the time the show was on the air. Also, at the time that Lizzie McGuire was on air, it broke the record of the highest rated original series, surpassing Hilary's show. Besides the commercial success, the chemistry was praised with on-set friendships with the trio of the 3 main characters played by Annalise Vanderpump and Orlando Brown as Chelsea and Eddie. Without a doubt, every character was funny and everyone had their own special moments and special quotable moments that any millennial can still remember to this day. The delivery of their acting was on point, and to be honest, it seemed like they worked well together and why they had an award-winning cast on their hands. However, mainly because of Raven, she was the blueprint of success for future teenage girls and helped inspire a generation of young black girls and millennial girls. Examples like China, Anne McClain, Zendaya, and Keke Palmer. The show showed an outspoken and abnormal Raven, and it inspired a new generation of women empowerment and independence. Just like the show, many of the themes were centered on friendship, family, being a good person, and self-acceptance. She wasn't afraid to be different and be herself, just like Raven in real life. She's bold, independent, and not afraid to make change. She had great comedic timing as well, and many catchphrases that many quote to this day. In addition to her success on That's a Raven, the show had 2 spin-offs, Cory in the House and Raven's Home. In addition, Raven was also in the successful Cheetah Girls franchise, Xenon, College Road Trip, Kim Possible, and so much more. And a little fun fact, one episode of That's a Raven was a future spin-off idea for Hannah Montana. Hopefully Raven could be inducted in the future or maybe even next year. Following up on the same decade, Hilary Duff was the wholesome queen of Disney. If Lizzie McGuire could win any award for the network, it would be the most laid-back, easygoing show of all time. Lizzie McGuire premiered back in 2001 and had only reached 65 episodes. This show was centered around a grounded girl who lived and had to navigate through school and family. Each episode garnered around 2 million viewers per episode and turned Hilary into a teen idol. The show was relatable and cute. For the impact behind this show, after the show ended, the finale, the Lizzie McGuire movie, was released in theaters, being the first Disney Channel show to have a theatrical movie ever. The movie may have gotten mixed reviews from critics, however the fans loved it and later it developed a cult following. In addition, Hilary became the first person to have a recording deal, TV show, and movie from the network. In addition, her second album, Metamorphosis, was a big deal because of the commercial success it got, and the album has some of her most notable throwback signature hit songs like Why Not, Come Clean, and So Yesterday. During this time on Disney Channel, Cadet Kelly, that starred Christy Carlson Romano and Hillary, became the most watched movie in its 19-year history on the channel. Even outside of Disney, she was in a handful of pretty popular movies like Cheaper by the Dozen, A Cinderella Story, and Raise Your Voice, and Agent Cody Banks. Her transition from Disney star to established singer became a formula for Hollywood records for the future generation of singers like Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato. And all of them have stated that Hillary is one of their inspirations. So I think it's time for Hillary to earn her flowers too. The next possible Disney legend I would consider is Brenda Song. Brenda Song is another accomplished actress from the early 2000s. Many people would know her from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, Stuck in the Suburbs, and more. Out of anyone on the network, she has done the most projects from movies to commercials like Disney's Pass the Plate. She was even a spokesperson for the Disney's Friends for Change. In 2006, Cosmo Girl even cited her as a queen of Disney because of her contributions to the network. Her first movie on the network was The Ultimate Christmas Present in 2000 and continued with many memorable movies like Get a Clue alongside Lindsay Lohan, Stuck in the Suburbs, and even guest starred in various TV shows like American Dragon, Jake Long, Phil the Future, and That's So Raven. If Brenda Song won an award, it would be for the longest resume for Disney Channel. You couldn't turn the TV on without seeing her face. She was everywhere. She was proof that you didn't have to be a triple threat or singer and actress in order to be successful. Her acting chops were good enough on her own. She has had a handful of memorable quotes that her fans can still remember to this day. Also, speaking of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the main characters on this list I would also consider to be possible Disney legends as well, which is the Sprouse twins. After the premiere of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the young teen boys were labeled and seen as teen heartthrobs on the network to a preteen audience. Just like That's So Raven, I feel like they had a great ensemble cast too because of their chemistry and comedic timing together. Every character had a catchphrase or a memorable saying from the show. I think all the characters were hilarious, and they all worked well together. Dylan and Colin were the most successful and popular guys on the network, from the ratings of the show to being deemed as the princes of the network. They had a successful spin-off with The Sweet Life on Deck, introducing new characters like Bailey, played by Debbie Ryan. The Sweet Life on Deck became the most watched TV series in 2008, and in 2009 beating out Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place. By the time of the end of the 2000s, they were the most successful twins during the 2000s, and they were reported as the richest twins in the world in 2010. And they were the highest paid Disney TV children actors as well. They were also recognizable before their Disney days as they made their film debut in Big Daddy and guest starred on Friends and The Nightmare Room. So I think it would be pretty reasonable to have them as Disney legends. Lastly, around the time of The Sweet Life came the biggest musical phenomenon in Disney Channel history. The cast of High School Musical deserves to be on this list with the most successful group of Disney stars around the time on Disney as well, including Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, and Corbin Bleu. Unlike Monique Coleman and Lucas, I feel like it was between these four main people who were everywhere on Disney Channel as well. Corbin guest starred on Hannah Montana, Zac and Vanessa were on The Sweet Life alongside Ashley. Corbin had his own movie with Jump alongside Keke Palmer in 2007 during the High School Musical franchise. Corbin also did solo music as well, as Ashley and Vanessa were releasing music during this time period as well, with songs like Come Back to Me, Say Okay, Be Good to Me, and Push It to the Limit. They all had their own fair share of successful hit songs. They were the it cast everyone was talking about and was hyping up for. Even the movie has become such a big musical phenomenon that it's Disney Channel's most successful musical and the movie series on the network. It broke and generated a record for the highest movie premiere with almost 8 million viewers. As of 2019, over 225 million viewers internationally watched the musical franchise. In addition, after people found out Zac and Vanessa were dating in real life, they became the it couple for Disney and outside of the network as well. Still to this day, people still reminisce on them as a couple, and of course, the music and the songs that made us all dance. From a special cast of actors, memorable dances, and commercial success, they had it all. Even the third movie was released in theaters and broke box office records, the largest opening weekend for a musical film. The impact of High School Musical had a huge chokehold on this generation because growing up through school, many other theaters across America were doing their own High School Musical adaptation. They even had more success with spin-off movies and TV shows as well, including High School Musical the series. There's always one musical that defines a generation. Let's just say that if Grease was a musical of the 80s, High School Musical is for the 2000s. So before I wrap it up, here are some honorable mentions. Bridget Mendler, Lena Gomez, Tom Hanks, and Jim Cummins. Let me know in the comments below on who you think should be a Disney legend in the future. Thanks for watching and listening.